David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Longhorns will boot it away to start the game. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the offense on first down. To the tight end. At the 35, he's open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
To the air, it's Aller. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
After the big first down sack, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Saunders. At the 40, there he goes. He goes out of bounds, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see what this one's about. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback checking the play. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Yeah, and way to be creative. Way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly. Get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
The Nittany Lions will have it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all off-season. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football just how good.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. He'll try to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their conference.
Using his legs, it's Blue. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Looking for a man. It's Ewers. They're working that left side. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Now on second down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his man. It's Butler. Just trucks through it. He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
And when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Don't you love energetic defenses that fly around and make things happen? The ones that get in the backfield, the running back tries to go somewhere. Where do you want him to go? There is nowhere to go. Nice job by the defense, creating the tackle for a loss on first down.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
Yeah, and you don't see that all the time, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. He's got him wide open. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. Here he comes with the return. And the returner will be brought down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative and play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Going for it all. trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
This should be the last play of the quarter. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close.
That's the end of the first quarter. Texas 7, Penn State 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. They'll go with a direct snap. Across the 45. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it. Got in the backfield, got the big play.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Back to throw. It's Ewers. He finds his man. On the move at the 30. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down. First down. First down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Blue. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Looking to throw on second down. They've got the screen set up. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Longhorns trying to cash it in on first and goal. The back goes in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Texas!
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Nebraska endured a hostile crowd and a challenge that always comes with playing away from Memorial Stadium, and the Huskers came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is still a W. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. It sounds like they had a good one there.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Steamrolls his way ahead. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. And the Nittany Lions move the change with some signature hard-nosed running.
Some Big Ten physicality, some Big Ten running the football. Gotta have it. Gotta start with that when you're in the big.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. He caught it. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. Oh, he's going to take a chance. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. With jet sweep pass. They'll wrestle it down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the change to measure this one. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line. They'll go to the counter. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit. And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Took a shot as he threw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Pressure affects quarterbacks, and this guy's one of the best in the nation. I don't care how talented you are, but if you're being hit, you're not going to throw completions.
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking downfield, it's Ewers. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his man. It's Golden. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
On the run, it's Allen. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. They'll give it to the back. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this fourth down. Inside the 15. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. A fresh set of downs after that fourth down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Now the play fake. Quarterback extends the play. Wide open downfield. He's run out of bounds after the big game, and they are in business, first and goal.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route, understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. And it's right down the boulevard. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Longhorns! Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you can tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you can see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys. You see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. And he's going to run it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Sending the offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Back to pass, it's Ewers. And the pass is intercepted. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
That's a bit of a gut punch if you're the offense because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
They want to run it left here. An attitude run as he's dragged down after a pickup of 6 down to the 14.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, he'll fire. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On third down, he drops to throw. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. He'll try to tack on one more. And they tack on the extra point to cut the lead to 21-17. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Arizona is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Teddy Bruschi had a hand in getting this kid to Tucson, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? They're trailing by 9 to Colorado. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. From the gun, running back gets to give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
Wants to throw. It's Ewers. Pocket starts to collapse. Working that left side now. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Golden. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The offense setting up shop at the 46. First and 10.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Didn't get much on first down. It's second and 9. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. And the Longhorns in the hurry-up.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. And the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed. And as a result, they give up a big one.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
And they take it in for 6 more points. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Texas, 28. State, 17.
And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Catch in the middle, it's Allen. Still on his feet at the 45. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. A Lazarus-like comeback is underway. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they close it to a 28-24 game. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 58-yard touchdown pass. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, it's Ewers. Trying to get to him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, they've still got the lead, but they are losing the momentum, and the defense is starting to make plays after getting that last sack. They can feel it right now. You can see them playing with a whole lot of more energy. There's a lot of pressure on this offense now to respond.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This is a game of swings and momentum, and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the foot. Working that deep right side, an excellent concentration on the catch. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They run the reverse. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter.
Texas, 28. Penn State, 24.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Finds his tight end. Stopped after making the catch.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. Quarterback will audible. The give is to Smith. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. The Nittany Lions will hustle to the line. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Penn State! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, and a nice job in the 4th quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Texas offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Back to throw, it's Ewers. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback is snowed under. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
The one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. That's caught. It's blue. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home. Times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on 4th down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football here.
This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Going for the return. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They're starting to feel a little desperation here, David. They just can't press yet.
It's go time. We got to put some drives together, down multiple possessions, Jesse. We don't have any time to waste.
Yeah, so at this point of the game, your best players have to touch the football. You've got to dial up plays, getting your biggest playmakers involved now if you're going to win this game.
And they're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on... Oh, what a grab by the defense! And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
And they'll finally track him down and shove him out at the 2.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Using his feet. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Penn State! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Game is essentially over right now. You wonder if it's really necessary to jack up the score like this.
It might not be necessary, but I won't be forgotten. I can tell you that, because coaches, they don't forget things like this. Late in games, you want to run the score up, get that extra touchdown. I'll get the chance in the future to do this back to you. I like it. Just keep it in the back of your mind.
And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. They go to the ground. He'll be stopped at the 27, but it's a 15-yard gain. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Might as well give it to him again. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking for space, it's Durham. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.